Hey, what's up, guys? As you can see, I'm at home, but we are going to try and do this as virtually as possible so your son doesn't have to do as much, okay? So we're going to still do our lessons like we normally would, but we are going to do them so that you guys can still learn something. I know you probably don't want to, but we got to keep going, okay? So today we're going to talk about lesson 33, which is comparing decimals and rounding decimals. So I guess this is kind of backwards, but we talked about this already, right? So if we have in this place, it's a tens place, right? We go ones, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, right? So we talked about rounding already. So we have to look at the one that they ask us to look at, and then to be able to round up or down, we have to look at the one behind it. All right. I know this is a big review for you guys, but I want you to still take the time to watch this video, and if you have any questions, you can always email me. So we're going to look at example 1, and example 1 wants us to arrange these decimal order in order from least to greatest. So they give us 0.13, 0.128, and 0.0475. Okay. So we have this here. So now we need to figure out how we can put this into least to greatest. And the way that they're telling us to do it is to line up our decimals. Okay. So we're going to line them up and down. So we have the decimal point all in the same place. So we're going to put 0.13, 0.128, 0.00475. Okay. Okay, as you can see, I have everything lined up. The decimal point is all lined up. Okay, so if the number is going to keep going to the left more, that means it's going to be lower. Okay, so we know that 0.00475 is going to be smaller than 0.13 because 0.13 doesn't go out as far into the decimal places. So we know that 0.00475 is going to be our smallest. Then if we look, 0.128 goes out further, and then we have 0.13. So if we look at this, it's going to go from 0.075, 0.128, and then 0.13. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? I hope so. Okay, so make sure you line your decimal points up. The further out the decimal point goes, the smaller the number is going to be. Now we're going to look at example 2, and it wants us to compare 0.12 compared to 0.012. Now, we could line the decimal points up, but if we look, which one is smaller or which decimal point goes out further, okay? So your 0.012 goes all the way out to your thousandths place, and your 2 goes all the way to your hundredths place. So if we look at this, your 0.012 is going to be smaller than 0.12. Okay, everybody following along with that? Okay. Okay, so like I said, the further the decimal point goes out, the smaller the number is going to be. Okay, so just a heads up, I only have 5 minutes, so these videos are going to be kind of put together, and we're going to have to do 2 or 3 together. Okay, now this one wants us to compare 0.4 compared to 0.400. Okay, if you look, they are both in the same place. So your 0.4 is in the same, 0 is in the same place, and your 0.4 is also in the same place. So if they're both in your tenths place, that means that, yes, they are equal. Okay, so since they're in the same place, that means that they are equal. All right, so I'm going to pause this one and start another one. So just give me a sec.